So here we are at La Gorge de la Save, and it is 1 week and 2 days that we have now been in France. We've had a day off today and we've been at the lake, and I've got rather sunburnt on my back and it feels a little bit that kind of warm, stingy feeling, but it was nice to have a rest. We've been really busy. I suppose it's not all been work. We have seen family and we've had a great time with my brothers and with Sarah, my dad's ex, my brother's mum. I saw my dad also and had a lovely time with him and his girlfriend at his house. We checked all of our stuff that was in storage and put some of our things from the van in there. Took some of the things that were there, kind of my yoga blocks and things for the yoga retreat. And then we left the Gers. So I think we were only there about 2.5 days, something like that, with family. Just gonna swap it. Woo! The other lovely thing about today is that I washed my hair again! Twice in a week and 2 days, so it feels really light and lovely. Very nice. Yeah, that was at the lake. They had a lovely, lovely shower, which was very unexpected. So, yeah, actually, yesterday, I think it was, we saw about 8 different properties. One of my favourites at the beginning was called un séchoir, and that is where they actually used to dry tobacco. Apparently about 35 years ago, in this area, they stopped growing tobacco, but they have these huge barns with kind of lots of gaps in. The really old ones are made just of wood, but they reinforce them with steel uprights and across the roof as well. So there's these lovely big open spaces, but we talked to the lady about insulating it with straw bale, and she's got some friends who do that, so she asked them how much it would be, and it'd be much cheaper just to rip it all down and start again, which is a bit of a shame, so we kind of crossed that off the list. And it was a little bit far away as well. It's kind of nearer Saint-Girons, which is not quite where we want to be. We saw then this very well done up, quite open plan downstairs, old stone house, really light, lots of windows everywhere, big barn attached to the house, and then 2 separate gardens of greenery, and where the pigs were kept could be a really lovely outdoor kitchen area. They even still had the outdoor loo, like a long drop type thing. Perfect for us because we can make that into a compost toilet really easily. It was slightly out of our price range, but really nice. Again, not quite where we want to live location wise, but it's near the big road. It's just not where we want to be. Lots of the other places we saw were too big for us, so I want to keep it small. I don't want to spend loads on heating. So where else did we look at? Oh yeah, this slightly closer to Aurignac place, Saint-André I think it was, right in the centre of town. You could see the church from it. Nice big garden, amazing huge open room overlooking the garden that wasn't done up at all like the rest of the house, just left. Apparently it used to be kind of a school where 2 sisters used to teach, because it was, you know, a lovely big open space for doing that. It was perfect. But the ceiling was falling in. It had all these tiny little batons and the very old crumbly white stuff just coming through. Again, huge project, so a definite no-no for us. That same lady though, from Aurignac-Imo, there's one in Souillac or somewhere like that, I can't remember what it's called, closer to our friends that we've met. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a bit of a newer property. Loads of land that you could probably sell off maybe and do things with. So we're seeing that on Wednesday morning, and then after that we're going to be with a guy called Jonathan Ben, who is with Sud Propriétaire, which has the most terrible website and you can't see the pictures online of the properties. So he's got one place that he emailed us in England that we want to see, which is nice and small, nice bit of land, beautiful oak trees, So we'll see if that proves positive, and he's got some other places for us as well for us to look at, so that's exciting. Oh yeah, and then we've got Terimo, and we're seeing 4 places with them, some in Aspet, some nearer the Petit Pyrénées, which is the other side of the big road. It's a little bit greener around there, probably a little bit more rainfall because of that, and yeah, so that'd be interesting. He's got some quite different properties. I wanted to tell you about this quite serendipitous moment that happened. We had just left the Gers, where our family are, and we'd seen this place online in England, which was basically a circular town where you could literally drive around, and you had shops all around the edge, and then within the very centre was a medieval section with the church and everything, and a nicely done up mairie and tourist information and things. So we went there, and she gave us this map because we asked for some water to play in for Heidi, and she kind of showed us the way. So we drove there, and without being told or knowing, you would never have found it. So we finally found it, and Heidi saw all these kids playing in the water in this little stream right next to 2 little lakes, and then the river was the other side. Woo! That was big thunder. And yeah, I don't know how many children are there, maybe about 8 to 10 children. And Heidi keeps saying to me, oh, can you tell them I can't speak very much French? You know, so I say her name that she'd like to play, and so all the kids were like, yeah, let's play with Heidi. So she was away having loads of fun with her bucket and the trickles of water and everything, and the stones with all the kids. And then I got chatting to the mums. There was 4 different mums there, and 3 of them happened to homeschool their children, and it's something that me and Robin have been umming and ahhing about with Heidi for a while, and didn't quite know how it worked in France and whether it would be suitable for us as a family. And it was just amazing talking to them. They were so kind, so helpful, so generous, and I literally have one of them is a Pilates teacher. I've got her card. She said, come and stay at my house, I've got a lake on my land, just park up, stay the night. And then I've just seen a huge spider. Yeah, she's even suggested that I could work with her children and bring Heidi along. She wants them to learn English. And I was thinking, ooh, English teacher, that's not really what I wanted to do. And then when I was speaking to her sister, when we did stay the night at her house, in a sustainable plot of land, and she's building her own home and everything, that was really interesting too. We had the idea together that maybe I could do all these crafty, creative things with the children, and then do it in English, so they're learning the language through doing. So I was thinking, oh, I'll just go on Pinterest, make some dream catchers, make those amazing balls out of tissue paper with a bit of wire, you know, all these easy but really dramatic, colourful things, making masks so then they can learn the face, you know, the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, etc. And then stay there a bit longer than just an hour, get paid a little bit more, and also kind of looking after the children with Heidi. So she would be homeschooled and she would learn French at the same time because she'd be playing with the French children. So I'm thinking that could be rather amazing. And she said I have to become part of the association, which is a bit of a tongue twister, but there's loads of them in France. That's how people do business here. Apparently you just need 3 people. You need the big boss at the top, who could be a silent boss. You need the kind of treasurer person that's in charge of the money, and then you need someone else. So Robin could be one of my other people, and then we need to find someone else to make our own, maybe for Robin, for art. But I'm digressing. So yeah, the sister, who's got an only child as well, called Mai, Heidi played with her for a whole day. They got on really well, even with the language barrier. They've got these old French beds that they're using for trampolines. They were quite fun. She had quite a big paddling pool, and then this huge garden with all their food in, and chickens for their eggs. And they sleep in a caravan, and then they have a kind of wooden cabin, which is their kitchen and lounge, where their computer is, and then their house that's basically got the roof and the walls and the floor, but nothing inside it, which isn't finished yet. So that was really interesting. And then the other lady, oh yeah, she built her own yurt before she had the 3 children, bought this huge agricultural piece of land, and her husband makes or grows vegetables and sells them. That's his living. She's a nurse 2 evenings a week in a local big town, literally night nurse, so she can then be in the daytime with her kids. She was also friendly and said, oh, come and stay the night with us as well. And then, oh yeah, the other lady who sent her 2 children to school, she was a silk screen printer and went to different villages and schools and places to put this on and teach people about it. So I was like, oh, you know, how do you do it? You've got that really heavy table you need and everything. No, I just do it on a piece of wood, and then, you know, I get my squeegee out, and I've forgotten all the terms for it. I did it a very long time ago. Changing position. Yeah, so she was equally as lovely, and just an amazing experience. And I feel like, because what they do as homeschoolers is every Monday they meet up, so they take it in turns to go to each other's houses. All the kids then play together and do some learning together, and they also have lots of outings. And these particular ladies and families much prefer going to outings in the Pyrenees that are much more kind of natural. But there are also homeschoolers, and you can go to this, I don't know, I suppose it's another association where you can do cultural things around the Toulouse area. But they said that they haven't done that this year at all, because they much prefer going to the mountains instead. So they just showed us kind of how free it can be and how enriching it is for the child. Some of them literally only teach them sat down kind of, you know, maths and specific lessons about things 2 hours a week. Another lady did 5 hours a week. The other lady didn't say, but she said, they all said, you know, when they're ready to learn, they'll learn really quickly. So you don't need to sit in a chair 4 hours and just be told what to do, when to do, always with the same primary school teacher. You know, they go on so many excursions, and they, you know, Mai said, oh, I want to work with animals, and she kept changing her mind because she realised, you know, being a vet in one building or something is totally different to maybe specialising in reptiles and going to all these different places, and she's just learning so much. And she learns what she wants to learn, but she learns everything that she needs to know for life, and she's totally happy. They were all the kids, totally happy in their own kind of skin, you know, not too overconfident or anything. So I'm hoping that we'll get to know them a bit more in the near future. We've got a play date on Monday with one of them, play date on Tuesday with another one of them. Then Heidi's doing circus with Mai, and then later on she's going balancing, which is called voltige, on top of horses, a bit later on for a whole 2 days, and she's staying the night at her house in the caravan. So Heidi's being really brave and amazing. I'm just really looking forward to these experiences. So yeah, it's a bit of a money expenditure at the beginning, but I think it's important for her to feel like she's, you know, making friends and starting to fit in with the community. Me and Robin, we don't matter so much. But yeah, we're getting there. I think a week and 2 days we have achieved so much, and I'm so happy about that, and I can't believe how well it's going. and we're in the most beautiful part of the world, and I'm so happy that we've decided to do this. It was a huge leap into the unknown, but it just feels so right, and the experiences we're having and the people we're meeting, it just makes you realise, yeah, we've done the right thing. Over and out. Ro's a little bit tired after painting in the sun at the lake, so he's having a chill session in the van.